The Board of Selectmen held a public forum during their December 6th meeting to hear input about expanding the bylaw regarding the demolition of houses listed as historic. Mike Levin was on hand and has more on this discussion.
Owning an historic house can be tricky, particularly if it needs to be torn down. In Needham, the current law delays demolition of historic houses for 6 months, but the Board of Selectmen are considering increasing that delay to a full year. At their December 6th meeting, the board heard from members of the Historical Commission who recommended the expanded delay, as well as members of the public, some of whom voiced concerns that the change would further limit their rights as property owners. Those concerns raised some eyebrows on the board.
I know it's a difficult issue about whether or not town meeting should have the authority to change the rules for properties that are on the Historic Commission. And I think the answer to that is town meeting, as we're seeing in this process, has to be very careful about doing anything that adds to the burdens. But the opposite argument, which I heard at one point, was the idea that anytime you want to make a change, all the owners on the list can opt out of being on the list. That's going to mean that the list is meaningless.
To delay what still is a demolition, that's not accomplishing, I think, what our goal is. Really, it just makes it more awkward for everybody. I'd really rather have a successful keeping of historic houses within the fabric of the town, that people are happy with the way that's coming together. So I view this as kind of a blunt instrument that I'm not sure what problem it's solving.
The Selectmen decided to hold off on making the change for now. They are looking for more residents to weigh in on the issue to make sure an expansion would be serving the best interest of historical property owners.
We're lucky to have so many people sign up to be on this list. I know many towns, they have an arbitrary date and say if your house is built, almost like even John's house, right? If your house was built more than 50 years, it could be considered a historic home, and then people go through the process. So there was some discussion tonight of being thankful for those people, and we are. You're giving up a property right to be on this list, and you're also, as we can see now, potentially, giving up more of a property right if we go forward with this. So sincerely, thank you for that.
To have your voice heard about a possible demolition delay expansion, you can email the Board of Selectmen at selectmen@needhamma.gov. This is Mike Levin reporting for the Needham Channel News.